Well, all right. It's your girl, Li Shey. Happy Sunday. Well, Labor Day is over. Summer is over. How about that? I pray that you, your family, your loved ones had a great, safe, and wonderful holiday. We are coming up on 9/11, the World Trade Center, the terrorist attack. Hello. And the anniversary of October 1. I am going to try to get through this today, but it's going to be short, quick, and simple. It's almost reiterating what we talked about last week, but last week episode was number 10. Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? When you're walking in and out of your house, going to the grocery store, going to Walmart, going to a concert, dropping your kids off at school, how do you feel? Remember to email me, give me your thoughts, okay? I mean, we're just chit-chatting, so let's keep it real. Email me, Li Shey, Lishey Johnson at gmail.com. Don't forget to check out my YouTube site, Why Not Me, Li Shey Johnson, October 1. I will be dropping a new one today, so pick up the one that's dated September the 4th. Listen to the one that's dated September the 4th. And then we are going to, today's topic is crowds. How do we feel about crowds? So this episode number is 11. And then right after that, we're going to talk about the hurt, the pain, and the surgeries. So episode 12 is going to focus on the pain, the hurt, and the surgeries after such a traumatic incident. It doesn't really matter if it was a shooting event. It could be domestic violence. It could be someone of suicide. September is the month of suicide awareness. So if you know anyone that you may feel as though is suicidal, please give them the 800 number, So again, number 12 is going to be talking about surgeries. Do you still hurt? How is the pain? Are you getting the right help you feel as though you are entitled to? Because I know I'm having some issues. And then number 11, which we're going to focus on today, is crowds. So don't forget to subscribe. Today is going to also be a bonus track. I want you to look for the bonus track, I believe 003, and it's going to be regarding the MGM. So I'm just saying, I haven't been to sleep all night, been tossing and turning in regards to the MGM, but I'm gonna save that for the bonus track, and let me try to stay focused here. And you could probably pick it up in my voice that I'm just a little irritated, but I am committed to doing the podcast. As I mentioned to you earlier on in podcast 1, 2, and 3, that this is me. There's no sugarcoating it. I'm still hurting. I did an interview yesterday with Channel 13, so feel free to go up under October 1, my name, News 13, in regards to October 1 MGM. And you'll find the Channel 13 interview I did yesterday. So that's why I'm a little bit like dragging a little bit. But you know what? I still have a lot of energy, and I am still committed to doing what it is that I say that I am going to do. So point taken right there. If you have made a commitment, please follow through. It doesn't really matter how you feel. You might be helping somebody else. So I am praying that on this day, I am reaching out and helping somebody else as you and I heal together. Now that I have that out the way. Crowds, how do you feel? How do you feel if you have children dropping your kids off to school? How do you feel? I mean, now they have these backpacks that the kids can take to school that can protect themselves in case of an incident. I'm in my 50s. I cannot recall a day going to school when I was worried about something. I mean, you had your basic bullies in school back then in the 70s and 80s. We knew who they were and we just stayed away from them. They would always try to pick a fight. You knew who they were, but you had your little crew. They had their little crew. It wasn't no knives brought to school. Certainly wasn't no guns brought to school. It was just a straight up fist fight in the front of the school. Be like, oh, I'm going to kick your butt when we get out of school at 2:30. So, everybody going to the grass in the front of the school. That was about all it was. And if you got your butt kicked, you just got your backpack and went on home with your butt kicked. But now it's like, wait a minute. Do you feel safe? They're in schools teaching the kids drills. If someone suspects something, they're practicing what to do. Hide up underneath the tables, hide in the closet. I'm from California. The only drills we did was if it was an earthquake. But now you have to be worried about something else. Is this not just horrific? It's just like unbelievable. And I just cannot get over what is going on in the world today. I have a new grandbaby. I'm afraid for my grandbaby to go to school. How do you feel? Email me. Let me know. Subscribe to the podcast and email me. Li Shey, Lishey Johnson @gmail.com. How do you feel about crowds? So now it's back to school time. How do you feel about going shopping in Walmart right about now? You have your kids, you got to get back to school clothes, get the notebooks, get the journals, get everything that they need for school. What thoughts are going through your head at this time? I wouldn't have never thought about anything. I would have just got my little basket and went on into Walmart. But now I'm just like paranoid. I can't be the only one paranoid. I might be the only one sharing and speaking about how I feel. But I feel as though I can help somebody else by using my voice. And so can you. So we talked about the crowds or the shootings in the school. Then we talked about Walmart. What about a concert? Are you thinking twice about purchasing a concert ticket that's out in an open field? What do you think about that? Or a festival. In California we had like the strawberry festivals. But we had an incident, right? The garlic festival. And then I'm a survivor of the October 1 country music festival. What are you thinking? Or you just feel as though, you know what? Everybody got to go one day. So if that's my day, that's my day. I get it. But while you're here, don't you want to live your lives peaceful? Share your life with your family. Have a great time. We work so hard for a little bit of nothing. I'm just saying. We work so hard. And you are entitled to have a great time with your family. So when you go out to a restaurant, do you sit where you have to see the exit door? Or your spouse have to see the exit door? I have to see the exit door. And now I go in and I stare around the room. I look. People might be thinking I'm staring at them. I'm not staring at you. I'm just trying to see where the next exit door is. And if I want to sit on the left side of the restaurant, or I'll sit on the right side of the restaurant. And I do not mind waiting 5 to 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Because at the end of the day, it's about me being comfortable. Me being able to relax and enjoy my dinner that I'm getting ready to pay for. So how do you feel? Do you just say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to pray. God, protect me as I go out of my door. God, protect me until I get back home. God, protect my children. Okay, but do you still have fear? Do you still have fear? You're putting that out there, but how do you really, really feel? Are you saying to yourself, I'm just going to trust him, whatever happens, happen? Or do you have that fear? I believe in the Lord. But, I'm going to be honest with you. I be thinking about it. I have that fear. Come on, tell me. Share. This is about sharing. Let's just keep it real. Come on. Let's talk about it. The podcast is for let's talk about it. Let's share. Li Shey Johnson at gmail.com. If you tell me not to mention your name, I won't mention your name. You could make up a name, use your cousin's name. Just tell me where you're emailing me from. Atlanta, Chicago, California, and let's share. Let's talk about your journey. Let's talk about what you're going through. I have put it all out there on the line for you in efforts of us to be able to communicate in a way that we can help other individuals. So like I said, I have about 20 podcasts. We are actually on number 11. I do have at this time today, the beginning of September, 10 more episodes that I am going to cover. And I just really pray that it touch and it heals someone. So how do you honestly feel about the crowds? Do you panic? So here in Las Vegas, we have downtown Fremont Street. Would you feel safe? Would you feel safe being in an open crowd downtown Las Vegas partying? Or, Long Beach Jazz Festival, a concert. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. How you feel? Typically, I would do a cool down session. We would do our breathing techniques at the end of the session. But today, this is going to be no more than 15 minutes, this podcast, because I really covered some of it. We touched on it, and I don't want to be redundant, but I want you to know how important it is. And I also want to follow my timeline that I have already set up for dropping the podcast. So again, number 10 was, do you feel safe? And number 11 is, how do you feel around crowds? Do you get anxiety? Do you get a panic attack? Or does the PTSD kick in? Because they're all different. With the panic attacks, you just start sweating and you just don't know, what's going on. You almost want to take your clothes off like you're having a hot flash and just sit down somewhere and get a cold glass of water. With the PTSD, it's what you've seen and that you just cannot get that memory, that vision out of your head. And then anxiety, to me, is when you just get all worked up and you can't calm down. So like I said, I'm not a psychiatrist. This is the best way that I can break it down to you, because this is what's been happening to me. I am a dynamite event planner. For the last 25 years, I've done weddings, I've done concerts, like I said, I've done quinceañeras, I've done bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, all type of events that you can possibly think of. But now I'm like second guessing myself. I do not want to personally put on another gun show. I don't. That may be okay for you, but it's not okay for Li Shey Johnson. And I have to know that I'm okay with knowing what it is I want to do and what it is I will not do no longer. Now, last year, I did about 4 or 5 gun shows. It didn't bother me. Sometimes things only affect you, or it affect the people around you when they are involved. So if no one is being showing you empathy or being sympathetic or just kind of really you feel as though they're listening to your needs and your concerns, guess what? It didn't happen to them. So they don't really feel what you feel. So it's really hard for them to sympathize with you, but they're listening and then they don't know what to say. They have no idea what to say. What you should say if you're listening to this podcast and you're a friend of a survivor is, hold on a minute. Where were you and what specifically happened to you? That's a nugget right there for you. So if you know anybody that's a survivor, you ask them what specifically happened to you. All right. Like I said, I have to do 2 podcasts today, and the next one I'm going to be just a little bit heated up. So look for bonus track number 003 in regards to the MGM. Hit me on the email and let me know if you feel safe around crowds, or what have you done, because maybe you've done something that I have not done, and I can learn from you, and then I can share it on the podcast. Okay, I appreciate you tuning in. Please subscribe if you want to see what I look like. Hey, I'm up about 40 pounds right now, and I'm still on some steroids, but you know what? I'm working it out. I am going to, within the next couple of weeks, start getting my health together. I have really been focusing on my mental status first, and I'm starting to feel pretty good. We're embarking on the 2nd year anniversary, and I want to feel better, and I want to certainly look better. So let me know how you are doing and what's going on in your world as far as you healing and taking your power back, taking your joy back, getting your swag back, just getting back to doing the things that you used to do. You may be doing them a different way, because I certainly am. My dance is going to have just a little bit more pep in it. You understand? So drop me a line. Be sure to subscribe, and I appreciate you. I truly do appreciate you for tuning in. For those of you that are sending me the comments, I appreciate you. I'm no pro at this, but I'm certainly learning it, and I set out to do 20. I don't plan on this being a career for me. I just wanted to express my healing process and share what it is that I am going through with someone else. So, God bless you, and I thank you. Be sure to subscribe, and have a great week.